Good evening, everyone. I am a little late right now. I had to eat and do some other stuff. I was tired a little bit. Wish I could have taken a little nappy nap. So we have this one and we have one more video tonight. Just give me a moment to go ahead and get this all shared out and we're going to get started. Give me just a moment. I have to pull this up so that I can share it out. How is everyone doing this evening? All right, just give me a moment. I'm going to share this out. You guys can hit share as well. If you hit that share button, it will allow you to share to your Facebook page, or you can click share to a Facebook group, and you can do it from there, okay? All right. Let me go. I'm trying to find... Okay. I have to find someone's name who, Lord, I don't know what I did with that. Okay, no. Oh man. Oh no, I don't remember. Okay, there it is. So if you're watching the playback of this, please forgive me. I had to send someone a message to let them know that I was live. All righty. So I shared that out. Well, I went to let her know that I was live. I do need to get the link for her. And let's see. We're going to go share to a group. Oh, I can't do it that way because, oh man, I can't share to multiple groups at once. I surely cannot. So I'm going to have to do this one by one. So I'm not live on Facebook. All right. Okay, there we go. So that's all shared out. All righty, everybody. Let me go ahead and hello, everybody. We have this one and we have one more video that I want to try and do right after this. It'll be after dinner time, though. Let's say I'm going to do that one around like 9 o'clock. I already knew that one. This one I'm about an hour later. So it's going to come on at 6. Had to come on at 7 because your girl had to eat and then let the food settle and all that kind of good jazz. But it was a special request. I did this, I showed this like years ago. I have not done it very often because I don't really do as much paper crafting like this very often. But I did use the drywall mesh when I did the Make It Monday last year sometime when I did the keychain. Am I glitching? Because over here, my face just went, like it went weird. So I'm not sure if I'm glitching. But I did this last year when I did Make It Monday, and I made the epoxy, not epoxy, what I used. Was it epoxy? Yeah, it was the epoxy keychains that I did from all like the paper crafting, and I lifted it up, but it was still kind of like somewhat together. This is going to be completely separate. I did one in a different color just so you can see how detailed it is. So I will be able, like you'll be able to pick up something like this all as one, glue it, and then transfer it to like something else, like glue it down to something else. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this today. This is drywall mesh. So this is great for transferring paper crafts. This is self-adhesive drywall mesh. It comes on a roll like this. You'll find it in the hardware store or like in the hardware department at Walmart. That's where I got this from, where they're like the supplies to repair holes in your walls, but it has to be the self-adhesive one because you're going to find some that looks just like this, but it doesn't have any adhesive on it. That's not going to work for you. It has to be the self-adhesive. Unfortunately, I cannot show you a wrapper because, or what it looks like, or UPC code or anything like that, because I've had this for some time, but it has to be self-adhesive drywall mesh. That is what we're going to use as our transfer tape for the paper crafts. Also, I would recommend that you have a mat that's not too sticky so that it will release, and you will need a craft spatula. So those are the main things. And then, of course, glue. For something like this, liquid glue is going to be better because you're not going to be able to use like your ATG or really use like the double-sided tape. So for something like this, liquid glue is going to be the best option. I am going to use my Barely Art precision craft glue, and I have a really small, although this is actually might be too big. I need to probably find one of my other tops for some of these pieces. This looks pretty big. Yeah, that's going to come out kind of heavy. I have to find, I'm going to have to get one of my smaller needles for that, but where in the heck are my needles? I don't see the cup that has my needles in it. Dang it. Where is my little, I'm going to have to find that one once I switch over. Because, yeah, for some of these smaller pieces, let me see. Let me test on this one. I don't know. If I'm really careful, yeah, see, that comes out kind of heavy. I'll say if I'm really careful, I might be okay. But this is, as small as that hole is, it is still too big for this. That's the one thing I like about this, the fact that you can change out the tips to smaller sizes. I have to find one of my smaller tips for this before I put the the glue down. But yeah, so that's what we are going to do today. So it's a little bit different, a little switch up from the normal. Yeah, they're in the cup, but I don't see the cup. Those aren't the cups back there. I looked in those. Those aren't the ones. I have no idea where my cup is for that because that's where I keep them at, but I don't remember where they at. So yeah, let's see. But that's nice to know that y'all pay attention. Y'all here to help me when I can't find stuff, but I know what it's in. I just got to figure out where that's at. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, Dawn, it's in my little white cup. You guys saw that when I fixed it last time. I just got to figure out where that cup is because I got a bunch of them, but the one that has those in it is not up here. But mind you, I just saw it. So hopefully I'll be able to find it by the time we get there. Let's see what else. But let me go ahead and introduce myself. But now that's going to bug me because I don't know where it's at. I wonder if it's might be right behind that. I don't know. I'm going to look for it right when I switch the camera over. I'm going to look for the cup with my tips in them. But let me go ahead and introduce myself. If you are a first timer here, my name is Shakia. The name of my company is Silaholics Anonymous, where I do live videos, pre-recorded videos, classes, one-on-one sessions, all in an effort to teach you how to use Silhouette Studio, which is the program that controls the Silhouette Canvas machine. Often I don't do very much. And actually, it's even today, I'm not going to cut with it. I've already cut it out for the sake of time, because the most important part is just how to transfer it. I will go over the, excuse me, the cut settings that I used for this particular paper. I did use Recollections paper from Michaels. And even with that, all their papers are not created equal. Some papers will be super smooth. Some papers are kind of like porous, or you can feel like it has, not say a rougher texture, but it's almost like, what's that thing? Construction paper. It's a different fuzzy type feel. It's not as smooth. So every paper is going to be different. You have to find the settings that work best for your paper. Right? We are also, Silaholics Anonymous is also the parent company and the owners of the Honestly Speaking brand, where our goal is to, we just launched that in August of last year, but our ultimate goal is to become your one-stop shop for all of your print needs, where you'll be able to come save on shipping, get everything you need. All right. So right now we have sublimation ink, which requires no profile, and you get beautiful colors. And the Honestly Speaking sublimation paper that allows you to sublimate at temperatures as low as 365 degrees. Although I have pressed with my easy presses at 350 degrees, you just have to press it for a little bit longer, like 60 seconds, somewhere in there. But if you have a really good heat press, you can press as low as 365 degrees and as fast as 30 seconds. So gone are the days of 400 degrees for 60 seconds. All right, so you can go to our website, shop.silaholicsanonymous.com, to find out more info. If you already have our paper, when I did the cover sheet on it and the times, that was a little biased because it was based off of the equipment that I have. On average, it kind of varies. Those temperatures don't quite work, because before, on my Hottronics, I actually can do 360 for 25 seconds, but it doesn't work for everyone. Go to the website. It's a free kind of download. You click on it and save it to your phone or download it to your computer. It is the updated cover sheet that has times, like more accurate times and temps. You just kind of figure out the one that's best for you. This is a different type of paper. We like to say this, that changed the game paper. And every heat press is going to be different. If your heat press doesn't have maintain its temperature and doesn't have even pressure, you're going to have to press maybe for 375 for 45 seconds. Or actually, I don't really understand why anyone has to go that high, because on my easy presses, on that one over there, I've pressed at 365 degrees for 45 seconds. So I'm not sure why others may have issues with their heat press. Maybe it's a pressure issue, but I have not had to go over 365 degrees for 45 seconds, even on the easy press. So you should be able to kind of get it around that range, depending on what you're putting it on, and you have good even pressure. Not heavy pressure, but even pressure and even heat. All right. So that's that. That's a little bit about me, and I do these live videos on different things. So make sure that you subscribe to. We are about 15 away from hitting 13K woohoo, on my second channel, Honestly Speaking. And we are like 90 something, I think now, might even be 80 something now, from hitting 23 over on Silaholics Anonymous. Now, I really feel like the number should be higher than that, but it might be because I have split channels. But make sure that you guys subscribe to both, because Silaholics Anonymous, I normally, right now, I am live on Silaholics Anonymous because some people over there are not subscribed to Honestly Speaking. But I encourage you guys, if you are on Silaholics Anonymous, make sure that you subscribe to Honestly Speaking as well, because if it's not me using Silhouette Studio directly or like the machines, and I'm going to actually cut to it, you won't see those videos on there. I want that channel to be just for Silhouette Studio teachings. All right. Make sure you are subscribed to both and hit the bell for both. Okay. So we are going to jump right into this. And like I said, I've already cut it. So for me with this one, I did cut it with the 4. My original settings didn't work. I end up having to take my settings for this to a blade of 6, a force of 26, a speed of 6, and 2 passes. When I did it the first time, it didn't quite cut all the way through with my regular settings. So I just doubled it. Because see, there's still some left in there and it didn't quite come off easily. You know, this part ripped. So when I did it at 1 pass, which is what I would normally do for my 3, my 2, or my 1, it didn't work. The 4 is a totally different beast. You really have to play around with your settings to find the ideal setting and then write it down so that you don't forget it, or save it. And you can always go back and click on that once you find the ideal setting for the type of paper you are using. So for this Recollections, and this was more of the smoother one, I used blade 6, force 26, speed 6, and 2 passes. If you don't know, it's not like Cricut where you kind of turn it to the dial. You can plug in your own. The auto blade does not automatically know what it is and gives you the perfect setting. The only thing that the auto blade does is tap, tap, tap to whatever number the blade says. You can change that blade setting whenever you want. So you're not locked into any of the presets. I don't use any of the presets on that machine, on the program, because the cut settings are totally different from the 4 to all of the other machines. But they only have 1 set of presets in the program. So I don't use the presets at all. Okay. Don says she does 365 for 30 seconds. Awesome. All right, so we're going to jump into this, and let me just recap real quick what it is that we're going to do for anyone that's just joining. I'm going to transfer this. Well, cut the other. I was supposed to cut it from black, but I didn't. So I'm just going to put that red on this blue. So this is the base piece for it. So I'm going to cut. Well, it's already cut, but it's going to transfer onto this. I'm going to show you how to do that, to transfer this so that I can then glue it and then put it down on my my base piece. So I'm going to do this real quick. Ooh, no, don't fall. Hold on. Oh gosh, please don't fall on camera, Shakia. I'm going to show you, like, I'll be able to, once this is glued, and be able to put it down, well, right where it's actually supposed to line. I think it's actually supposed to, I got to look at the image, but I think it's supposed to line up right with the bottom edge. But I'll be able to do it where I can line it up. Hey, isn't there one that is blue, or is it black? Damn it, it fell again. But I'll be able to glue it and line it up all in one piece. So what I am using is drywall mesh. It is self-adhesive drywall mesh, and there's a piece of hair on it, from your hardware store or like in the hardware section at Walmart. That's where I got mine from, where you have all of this stuff like the putty and all that to fix walls, like patch up walls, and it's sticky. So it has to be the self-adhesive one. You're going to see this mesh in the like the section to fix walls and stuff. There's one that is just a drywall mesh, and you kind of put it up there with the little spackle and stuff. This is self-adhesive. It has to be the self-adhesive one, and you can use this as a transfer paper for paper projects. You will also need a spatula of some sort, a craft spatula, and it's better to have a mat that's not super sticky, so that the paper releases a little bit easier from the mat. So you want it to be sticky enough to where it kind of has some stick. It's not going to move around too much, but you want it to not be super sticky so that it can release. All right. We're going to go ahead, switch our camera over, and then we're going to do this. It's going to be really quick and easy to do this. Well, provided I find my small needles. So let's go ahead and switch the camera over. One moment, guys. Haha, found it, Dawn. Yay, it was on my desk. It was just hidden under a rag. And I didn't bother to put nails on. Don't talk about my nails, y'all. Don't talk about my nails. All right, let's go ahead and focus in right here. Because we're about to be real up close and personal with my little stubby nails. So I'm going to change this out for one that is, I think that purple one might also be too big. This black one is definitely too big. My orange is too small. I wonder how big this pink one is. That looks like a big one too. There's so many options in here. Ooh, this one on the yellow one looks pretty small. This blue one looks pretty small. I think that might be too small. Let's see the difference between. All right, let's try the blue one. I think that's going to work. So with this, I'm just going to twist this top off. And on this, just twist this one on. And yes, nice little thin bead. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's wipe that off. All righty, y'all. Hop back in your cup. And I'm going to keep the yellow one just in case that's too small, or maybe even this red one. We're going to keep that. We're going to put you off to the side. All right, this is our base one. I do need to look at this file real quick to see how this is supposed to line up. Uh-oh. Okay, it goes right, almost kind of sort of to the edge. All righty, cool beans. So we don't need this one. This is the one for our eyes. I could probably do this one. And this was a different type of paper. This is a much heavier paper. This is 80-pound paper. So I figured it's not going to transfer. I mean, it didn't cut all the way through because this is 80 pound. This is 65. So of course it is going to be different settings for each one of these. All right. So for this, like I said, you want it to be where it's going to cut through. It's going to be sticky to stick to your mat, but you also want it to, oh, come on, separate. There's one little piece there that wasn't ideally cut. I'm going to push that back through. Just want to make sure that it stays in place on your mat. So for this, you do want it to stay on the mat, as best you can for it to stay in place on the mat. All right, so that came off. I mean, there are some little thin pieces here, but I'm not worried about those because it was going to be really hard to get those out anyway because they're super, 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 super small. I am going to use I keep one of these handy so that I can I'm going to press that down in hopes that I can trim it away. And not, there we go. And not disturb that piece. Ah, come on. Okay. Now I'm going to cut me a little piece of transfer tape or drywall mesh. All right, I'm going to place this down. Oh, you'll also need your scraper too, like your one for vinyl, just to make sure, like try and get it to stick to the front side. Okay. And then I like to turn mine over to release it onto the transfer tape versus trying to lift it up. So I turn mine over and it's kind of come this way a little bit. And I start to lift it up. Oh, look, this did pretty good with me. Like I said, this isn't too sticky, and me using the squeegee helped it to where it's sticking to the drywall mesh already. So you want to just pull up really, really slow, just in case anything is not stuck to it. All right, pretty good, pretty good so far. I'm going to try and see if I can get that to go without my spatula. There's like one little piece right here. So I'm going to put my spatula there and try to get that underneath there. Ooh, this is a really good one. And it stuck very well. All right, I'm going to turn this one over because that piece is being quite stubborn. And I want to just get under it and push it into the mesh. But I am going to turn it back over. Ah, come on. You're being stubborn. There we go. So it all transferred as one. Now you can keep this handy. Sometimes it does help if you kind of just have this one down like this. And this seems like it's going to work no matter which way. I think that is symmetrical. All right, we're going to go ahead and put our glue down on this. I mean, you're not putting a lot of glue, so it will somewhat dry. So you have to work pretty fast on this. I mean, if I wanted to just do this part, I could cut this like right here and then just do the bottom half. If I thought that it was going to dry up too fast, I could do one half and then do the other half. I mean, I can technically still do it because I can put this side down and then do the top, but I'm going to try and get it to all go. I don't think I'm going to make it though because it's going to dry because this is a really thin. This is a thin needle so that it's not putting out a lot of glue. So it just might dry up before I can get it down. I'm just going to try and keep that part glued. I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom side down and then I'm going to do the top side. So let's put this like this, glue that up real good. All right. I'm going to turn it over. Line this bad boy up. I'm going to press the bottom part down. And see, this isn't going to stick because there was no glue on it. Although I think this one I did put glue on. So let's go ahead and push you down. And then I can lift the rest of this up. There we go. Oh, one little piece. And you can use like tweezers or a pin. And that's the great part about the drywall mesh is if it doesn't stick, just kind of poke a pin or something through it and you can release it that way as well. So that one's down. And if you have to go back in and re-glue little parts, you can because it's in the position it's supposed to be in. All right, let's go back to gluing the top. I'm going to glue the bigger pieces first because they will hold more glue. And this is why I want another bottle because then I can have one that has a really small needle to it for certain things. And like for these really big pieces, I can have the bigger nozzle. Yeah, because for these bigger pieces to squeeze like this is no fun. And you can get right to the edge. If it does touch the the glue gets on the drywall mesh, you have to remember that the paper is more of a raised edge. So you can get right close to the edge. You're not going to get a lot of glue on your paper because the drywall mesh really isn't going to come like in close contact with your paper underneath. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and post them. Yeah, see, some of these bigger pieces would have been easier with the bigger one. I'm going to try and see if I can switch this out. Maybe one of these will come out a little bit faster. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. I mean, it's going to be a little bit harder for the more intricate pieces. I mean, it is putting out quite a bit of glue, and so that might spew out. The other nozzle may have been the better one, the other tip. All right. Yeah, see, a little bit of it spewed out, but it does dry clear. So I'm not worried about that. With this glue, it does dry clear. I'm going to have to do them separately because that one did move. Why does it seem like his eyeball is too small? Maybe I cut the wrong one for his eyeball. Seems really small. Yeah, why his eyeball seem so small? Actually, no. Actually, I put it up some. It's supposed to be down. That's actually how it looks on there. Look. See, actually look, it's actually in the middle like that. I guess just because I'm missing the little small pieces on the side, it looks a little weird. But yeah, it's supposed to look like that. And we'll just leave them to dry. And it's all done. So that's how you can DIY. Well, that's a hack for paper crafting and transferring small bits of paper is by using self-adhesive drywall mesh. So I'm going to let Zani Mani play with this. Any questions? If there are no questions, we're going to go ahead and jump off of here. I'm going to switch out my top because the green one is easier for me to, because I don't know where my thing to close it is at. And this is technically open. So I just put this one because I don't have another stainless steel or sterling silver needle. So I just kind of put that one in there just so that it doesn't dry out or clog. And then these, I'll go and clean out the glue inside them. Uh-oh. I'm about to roll over something I ain't got no business rolling over. You are very welcome, Sarah. You're welcome, Gail. I know it's a really cool trick, right? Good tip. Thank you. She's like, I so needed your help with this on Monday. I wasted a ton of glitter cardstock. Sorry, and I was supposed to do it earlier in the week, but things just kept happening and my office was a hotmess.com. So yeah. This is such a neat idea. I'm going to try this. Such a wonderful time saver when you have several pieces to glue. Yes, it is. So again, it is the self-adhesive drywall mesh from any hardware store or like Walmart in the hardware section or the section to repair holes or patch up your walls. This is self-adhesive drywall mesh. And yeah, this glue right here is super cute and I love having this tip. If you don't do this, there are several ones that you can buy that are like little squeeze bottles and it has the metal tip. You can do that as well, but just get something where you have a precision tip for small things like this. You are very welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and follow on. Yep, no more sticky fingers. Exactly. Let's go ahead and switch the camera so you guys don't have to talk to my desk. But don't forget to subscribe to both channels. I am this close to 13K on Honestly Speaking. So make sure that you guys subscribe on Honestly Speaking's YouTube channel, as well as Silaholics Anonymous. Hit the bell so that you're notified. As you see, like I am not live on Facebook at all. Not live on Facebook at all right now. So make sure there are going to be times where I don't go live on Facebook. So make sure that you subscribe to both channels. Okay. I'm at 13K. Oh my God. I'm at 13K. I'm at 13K. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Thank you guys for subscribing. Oh my gosh. Look. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Where is it? Share screen. Oh wait, it's already there. Look. It says 13K. I'm at 13K subscribers. Woo-hoo! Hey, 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 hey. Oh, I'm so happy. I hit 13K on here. Woohoo! Keep subscribing. Keep recommending that people come and watch over on Honestly Speaking. 365. Woohoo! Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yay! I need to do a hack video for what? For 651? Is that what you're referring to? Because that just might be coming up next. What hack video are you referring to, Charmaine? Oh my gosh. I need that mesh for the craft plus my walls. Because my grandson loves Spider-Man and he thinks he can climb the walls and put holes in the wall. So it'll be dual purpose for you. Get his parents to buy you some for your walls, and then you can put it in your craft space as well. So I will be live after dinner. So about 9 p.m. I know it's late, but it's great for those on the West Coast. I will be live back over here on actually, I'm going to be live on both because someone asked a question, how can you cut multiple cuts of vinyl at in one cut and not have to do put different color vinyls on the thing? So we are actually going to put that on Silaholics Anonymous's YouTube as well, because I'm going to actually cut from the machine and do that in real time. And then we're going to layer it all. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to layer with alignment marks. Some channels or some people will call them registration marks. But because I do print and cuts and they have the registration marks in the program, I don't call mine registration marks. I call them alignment marks. And then I'm going to show you how to do it using parchment paper also. So we're going to do 2 different ways tonight after dinner. So around 9 p.m., we will have that one. So if you're up on the East Coast, you still, you're a night owl, you're not quite in bed yet, join me at 9 o'clock on either channel, Silaholics Anonymous or Honestly Speaking. Thank you. I'm so happy. I hit 13K. Now we need to get Silaholics Anonymous up. I am how many am I away on your channel? Manage videos. Dashboard. Yep, I was right. Oh, I was at 80. I am now 78 away on Silaholics Anonymous from 23K. I am 78 away. I know it was like 80 something before, but 78 away on Silaholics Anonymous from 23K. Don't understand why in the hell I'm not I feel like I should be way above that by now, but yeah. Girl, I'm not going back in and editing a video. Not gonna happen, Captain. She said, yes, my daughter works at Walmart, getting it tomorrow. Woohoo! All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here so that it's not super, 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 super unnecessarily long. And I will see you guys at 9 p.m. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You are very welcome. I will be back at 9 o'clock with the 651, layering 651 hack. All right. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for subscribing and getting me to 13K on Honestly Speaking. And again, we are only 70. Let's see if anyone was watching over there and they weren't subscribed and they hit subscribe. Let's see. No, everyone that was watching this family, y'all are subscribed because the subscriber count didn't go up. So we are 78 away from 23K over on Silaholics Anonymous. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell over there as well. All right, guys, until next time, have a great one. Peace.